With having a new partner, pairs figure skater Michael Marinaro is looking to take his career to the next level.
Competitive pairs figure skating is an exciting physical sport, and the Kitchener-Waterloo Skating Club are training champions on the ice.
Competitive figure skating's ranked in the top 5 sports, hardest sports to do in the world, just because of all the things you have to do, aerobic, anaerobic, exercise, the strength, the talent level. Figure skating, usually the great ones are great almost at every sport they try. Hand-eye coordination, foot skills, basic speed, strength.
Hailing from Sarnia, Michael Marinaro is one of Canada's most elite pair figure skaters on the Skate Canada national team.
He's just come to me over the last 7 months. He skates with one of my girls, Kirsten, who was at Olympics last year. My expectations for Mike is to be an Olympian, to medal at the Olympics, and to continue to be a great ambassador to figure skating, because he's probably one of the hardest working and most likable guys you could meet.
Skating since 1994, Michael was the 2013 World Junior Silver Medalist and is currently ranked 5th in the Canadian Figure Skating Championships.
His highest accomplishments to me has been the ability to step into the senior ranks where he sits now with Kirsten and compete at a high level with lots of pressures on him. The level that he's competing at now is basically a stress zone, and he's in that stress zone and he's cool as a cucumber. He keeps it together, does his job, gets off, assesses. That's what I'm the most proud about that man, is that he's level-headed in his ability to look to the future.
Along with Kirsten, Michael has his eyes set on the upcoming national and world events, and his coach Chris Wirtz has high hopes for the pair.
My long-term goal is to get them into the contender positions in the world. Most pair teams take 3 years to get jumped, so I'm looking to push it a little faster than that. Long-term goals, like I said, an Olympic medal, a world championship, and might not happen, it might happen, but I mean, you have to set your goals high, and that's where I've set them.
For the home team, I'm Tilly McKenzie.
Back here on the time table with Michael Marinaro and talking about the stress zone a little bit over there. I hope you don't feel like you're in the stress zone right now.
I feel good.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. But talking about the stress zone, what is that exactly, if you can describe that for me?
That's training 6 hours a day to do a 4-minute competition. All comes down to a 4-minute competition. It's not like a hockey game. You have a bad shift. You go out there, you get another shift. You have a bad game, you can go out the next night and repeat it.
Yep.
We do train the whole year for 4 minutes.
Do you think that's, your coach mentioned, Chris Wirtz did, that it's ranked as in the top 5 in terms of toughest sports. Do you think that's what makes maybe the toughest out of those 5?
Yeah, the pressure, you have to perform on that day. There's no matter how you're feeling, you have to bring it, and it's all it comes down to.
So what is your coping mechanism to stay so even-keeled, like he says?
Just trying to do the same as practice every single day. We do the same thing over and over again 1,000,000 times. It's just trying to replicate it, and in competition, doing the exact same thing you do every day in practice and not changing it.
Does that get boring, though, for you at all?
No, it's a challenge every single day.
So it's a grind either way you look at it,
yes.
I guess, right? But we mentioned off the top with a new partner now, Kirsten Towers, who went to the Olympics in 2014 in Sochi and won a silver at the team competition. Stepping into that scenario now, is that any added pressure for you? You had a good junior career yourself, winning silver, as mentioned, in the World Junior pairs in 2013. So jumping into now this new endeavor, did you feel any added pressure for yourself?
Yes, definitely. Kirsten was a silver medalist at the Olympics. I didn't have quite the credentials she had, so I had to make a big jump to come up to her level.
But you guys known each other for a long time, so maybe talk about what that conversation was like when both of you split from your respective partners and decided to come together.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were about 8 years old, just competing starting at the Western Ontario competitions, working up through the nationals. Mm-hmm. And so she just broke up with her partner in April, as did I. Mm-hmm. She gave me a call. We hit the ice for about 3 days as a tryout period. And then after that, we knew it was pretty well set, and we were going to kick it off together.
She was formerly with Dylan Mosevich. You were with Margaret Purdy for a long time. Yes. And did some great things. She decided, I think, to go off to university and go off in the other direction. Yes. How much does chemistry play a big role? Obviously, it seems to, when you're on the ice, to be as fluid as you guys are, but to switch from one longtime partner now to redevelop that, how difficult is that transition?
It's very difficult. It's just like starting over for us. We're right back to the basics, learning everything, the timing, everything right from the beginning. And the chemistry is huge. That was the biggest part of the tryout. Obviously, anybody at the top level has pretty well the exact same skill set. So the tryout is more of personalities. Do we get along? Do we enjoy each other? Because it's basically an arranged marriage. So we spend...
You know how those go sometimes, right?
Yes. So we're together 8-9 hours a day. We have to be able to get along and communicate well to each other.
Well, it sounds like if it's an arranged marriage, it's one of those better ones, right? But,
yes.
So you recently climbed up to 4th at the National Championships. You had the 6th place at the Grand Prix. So you've been moving up steadily here a little bit. Not the results you obviously want to see, but now you're going to be going to Seoul, Korea next week to take part in the figure skating championships. So what is your goal here as you wrap up the figure skating season this year?
This next week in Korea is the Four Continents Championships, and there's 10 teams. We aren't really looking for any placement goals right now. We're just trying to improve our score each competition. We've had 4 competitions this season. This will be our 5th, and each one has steadily increased our score. Yeah. And we're just trying to build a bigger score for this to end our season. And then in the off season, we're going to nail out some placement goals for next year, and we'll hope for a big improvement.
Do you think this will be inspirational for you at all because of the Olympics being held in a few years in Pyeongchang? And from what I understand, you're going to be actually visiting the site that's currently under construction too?
Yes, definitely. After the competition in Seoul, we're headed to Pyeongchang for a day, and we're going to see the venues, hopefully see the arena, Olympic Village, and just get a feel for it. And exactly, I hope to be back there in 3 years for sure.
We'd love to see you there. But you're a Sarnia native, Kirsten from St. Catharines, but training in KW, why exactly, very briefly, is KW a good spot for training?
The Kitchener-Waterloo Skating Club is one of the biggest clubs in the country, and it has one of the best pair programs in the country. There's 2 places to train pairs in the country, and that's it, and Kitchener is one of them. And it has the second, I think, biggest club in the country. And that's where the coaches are, and that's where we are. And
pretty good coaches at that.
Yes.
Michael, thanks so much for being here tonight. We're going to really look forward to seeing you progress here with Kirsten and the rest of the way. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Michael Marinaro, pairs figure skater with Kirsten Moores-Towers. They're in Korea here next week. Make sure to check them out. You'll be able to anywhere. We'll be right back here on the home team on Rogers TV.